to particularly thank the City Council, and particularly that tall gentleman over there, Jerry Lee. Jerry showed up at a hearing one night at the City Council, and he wasn't on that committee, and he raised his hand and wanted to speak, and in support of, I think it was our loan that we were looking for. And Jerry said it simply and succinctly, as only Jerry can say it, is, you know, when you try to sell your house, you got to have curb appeal. And revitalizing downtown is the curb appeal for the city of Pittsfield. And I think really that just says it all about what the beacon and what revitalizing downtown really means to the community. Thank you, Jerry. The other key ingredient, or probably the key ingredient, is the financing of this, and all of you read about the details. But the people that really got together as a group and made it happen is our state delegation, all of them working together, which of course we're not known for in the Berkshires, but these guys all work together to help us with our state historic tax credits and other things that we needed to get state support to put together this patchwork quilt of financing that ultimately made this happen. Now, a couple of guys that I've been working with for almost all of that 10 years. My architect, Stephen Green, where are you? If you had any idea of how difficult it was to design this building, we've got the old structure which we're standing in now. We've got the new structure on the other side of the doors, which is the cinema building, and trying to satisfy the building code, satisfy the ADA code, satisfying the developer, satisfying the requirements of projection. He's done an incredible job. Many other projects I've worked on, I always thought that I could do it better than the architect. In this job, I couldn't have even begun to make all of these pieces of the puzzle work. So, Stephen, thank you so much. Now, a couple of years ago, this project was almost dead in the water. So we called in a magician. Jack Wade, are you here somewhere? No? Dan?
No.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't make it.
Firm of Jack Wade, Dan Wilson, our historic architect. These folks were able to speak the language of National Park Service, which gave us our historic designation. And our first go-around, they weren't particularly happy. But once Dan and Jack Wade got involved, we were able to speak their language, and this is what you see now in front of you. All of their hard work and negotiation. Without them, clearly this project wouldn't have happened. And the other person that I guess we're going to have to get a divorce, Jim, is Allegroni Construction and Jim Culleton. Got involved after the plans were done, and all they had to do was follow the yellow brick road in getting this thing built. Again, that's a total misconception. We had basic design drawings, and we started pricing it, and it was too much money, and we had to value engineer it, and then we come up with the final plans and the twists and turns in the road and actually creating the project, and that's just the half of it. Then we had to build it. And Jim kept saying, well, that's going to be tough to do in 15 months. I don't know if we can do it. Well, let me tell you, from day one that we actually got the construction process underway, I never doubted that they could do it. But what I was incredibly surprised at, now I know Jim's a very conservative guy, is that they brought the project in a month early and on budget. undertaken big construction projects know that if you don't get into at least 2 or 3 screamathons with your contractor, you're probably asleep at the wheel. Well, our box score is 0. I couldn't be happier to work with somebody of Jim's caliber to make this happen. Just like all of us in the planning stage, he always had his eye on the ball. We got to get the job done. And it's been great working with you, Jim. Thank you. Now, the guy that's always behind the scenes, except he won't be today, is my general manager, John Valente. In spite of what a lot of people that read the newspapers think that I do all the programming for this, that's actually not it. Yes, I'm involved in the philosophy, and every once in a while when we get involved in a particularly controversial movie, I'll be involved, like Fahrenheit 9/11. Turned out we were the only one within about 100 miles that showed that movie. But John and I have worked together for what, about 8 years now, John?
Try 11.
And I couldn't ask for a better partner in our pursuit to bring good entertainment and great movies to the Berkshires. It's amazing, you know, when you work with somebody for a long time, either you fit together well and you evolve over time, but virtually any decision that John has asked me about, I sort of kind of chuckle to myself, but we're always on the same page, and I always come up with the same answers that he would have done in dealing with movie-going, staffing, hours, whatever it is. So John is really the heart and soul of the operations end of this business, and I know a lot of you folks know him from the Triplex, and I think you're going to find a great guy to work with here in Pittsfield. Last night was kind of interesting. I've opened many businesses, retail businesses in my time, and it always seems a little bit like a fire drill, like people running around, and you've got to train people, and we've been training people for a couple of weeks, but the staff that we have here in Pittsfield, as I was sitting aside watching, you know, we needed more of this or somebody needed some attention, everybody that we hired somehow just fit in and knew what to do and knew how to do it. So I really got to thank all of our new employees. All of you guys did an incredible job.